What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday evening. We're gonna paint some Mythic battles, Pantheons. What's up, people? If you are a party people in the place to be. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let us open up the comment section. Alright, and let's go to live streaming. Let's go to... Should let me change the name of the title right here once this page loads up. Check in on my stream health. Alright, now we're going to change this to painting Mythic Battles Pantheon. Pantheon. Again. We're going to be painting a lot of Mythic Battles Pantheon, just so you know. This is a long-term commission that's coming in beautiful little segments for me to go ahead and paint for you. Alright. So yeah, I think there's 9 miniatures in this particular set, this commission set, and they're coming along pretty well. That's Zeus so far. So we're gonna work our way from the squad, the easiest little guys, these guys, and we're gonna work our way up back to Zeus. So right now we're gonna paint the Spartans, because you can see the Spartans are they're all they really need is a little bit of highlighting, and we are going to take care of that right now, my friends. So so we're going to paint these 3 at the same time, and then we're going to paint Leonidas, who has a slightly more complicated design, but not that much more complicated. Right? But these are super fun. That's all I'm going to say. Super fun commission. All I really need to do here is we're gonna do an edge highlight here on the white. I mean on the blade, right? We're gonna catch the top edge of this blade. That's it, yo. We're just gonna catch the top edge right there, and then we're gonna catch this center kind of raised bit here, this beveled edge right there. Okay, and we're just gonna do that 3 times real quick. And these guys are gonna be we're just gonna do 2 highlights on these. It's really all you need to do. Once you have the major colors down, right? You don't need to do anything terribly fancy on these. Because they're rank and file, they're troops, but even the troops look pretty dope. I think these look pretty awesome. Okay. Because most everything is painted on these. All I really have to do is call attention to a couple of details, and we're going to be good to go. So I'm going to need a good highlight color for the gold, and right now I'm really rocking this ice yellow, because this stuff is real. This stuff, you do just the teeniest amount of it, and it really lets the like gold things pop, right? NMM gold, really. And there's multiple formulas for getting to gold. I started with a contrast paint. I started with Iandian yellow, shaded that with Gilliman flesh. Ah, hold on. Chair's dragging on something annoying. Shaded that with Gilliman flesh, and then I did 1 highlight so far with NMM gold base, which is a Reaper paint, And now I'm using a Vallejo super edge highlight. This is that ice yellow, right? So, and I just want it on the sharpest edges there. You definitely don't want to overdo this. So be careful how you apply this. Okay. I'm just using it to catch edges like that, right? Catch this edge here on the face. Like I said, you want to do next to nothing with this. Like even that's probably more edge than I want to do really. But I'm going to go ahead and just give myself permission to do that because I just want this shield, this shield design to pop right there, right? And then that area there that I kind of worked up a little bit, you just soften it up with a little bit of water. But yeah, there's going to be very little done here. Again, it's just enough to call attention to some of this detail. Right? To this little edge here as well. And that's it, dude. Simple, simple. Simple, simple. You really don't want to do too much with this color at all. Because for the most part, it looks pretty good already, right? It's looking pretty good already. You don't need to do anything too crazy here. Let me do that. Again, just to give you a little bit of hint as to what's going on there with that blade. And let's do a little bit right there. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all we're doing on that guy. We'll do that 3 times because there's 3 of them. So again, just top level edge highlight there, right? Really kind of call out this light source on the gold. And this is about as quick and dirty as you can do it. You can do it. That does not take much, folks. Does not take much. Just a little bit to convince people, hey, there's some light bouncing around there. That's all you're trying to do. Right? I'm going to paint a little happy belt on that one. And here we go. He's got a happy little nose right there. But it's this last little edge highlight that you put on that really, really lets the last bit of painting that you did on the miniature really pop. Look at that. Like, oh wow. There's really a lot of light playing there. Put a little too much right there. Now, if you want, if you don't really trust yourself to do an edge highlight like this, you could just do a quick glaze and softly build up to this, but it's going to take a little bit longer to do that. I'm cool doing this. I'm cool. Right? There we go. Okay. And then since Leonidas is part of the squad, he's basically the same design. You just highlight him the same. We're going to start here with the white on his spear. On his spear. So it's a white edge highlight right here. There we go. And then just enough. Just trying to catch this edge here. So I'm actually using the side of the brush to do this. And you just want to lightly catch that edge. Ooh. Here we go. And you may do it a few times, like if you really want a more dramatic effect, you can do it a few times, but I don't really need a dramatic effect. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So that's cool. And then we do our edge highlight here with this ice yellow. And again, less is more in this case. You just want enough there, just so you know, so people looking at this can tell that there's a pretty sharp edge right there. And it's fairly bright. Okay. Okay. There we go. So we're just getting that. Like I said, it's that last little bit of detail we want to get. And it really can really help this whole thing pop. Right, so I'm gonna get right there. And then on this side, here's another area here. Again, I just want the top and the edge. Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of touch up right there. On the comb of the helmet. But I can extend this over here. Okay. Right there. There you go. Right, just enough to keep it going, really. I'm gonna course correct this a little bit there. Right, just make that blend out that white block right there. Here we go. And then red here. There's a lot based on the artwork, a lot of these are pretty similar. So they're going to look pretty similar. All right. Let's go ahead and let's hit this with some black to get the bases starting to dry. And then I'm going to go on to Aries and so Aries and then Bellerophon. I did. No, that's the wrong color. Okay, black. I don't need black gray, I need black. Just black. Here's black. And let's use a little let's use a little bit more of a general purpose brush to get this to paint the black base. I don't really want to waste a really fine tip on this APD 502. So we'll just use a number. I'm just going to use this number 3 brush or whatever. I think this is a number 3 brush. It's a big brush. Okay. The idea here is these will all be done hopefully by the end of this stream, because I want to finish this because I know I've got another batch of Mythic Battles Pantheon coming in this week as well. May take a quick break and paint up either some God Tier or some Guild Ball. Something for me, you know. Got to take a quick break and paint something for yourself here. Okay. Well, yeah, there's him. I'll let that dry there. So just like that, bam, 4 done. But there's such good progress on most, if not all of these, that they're just going to get knocked out pretty quick. Okay. They're very, very cool models to paint, though. My favorite thing about them is they're one-piece sculpts. So, don't need to mess around with building. And they look fantastic. You don't need crazy poses to have good looking miniatures. You can have this is a super 2D sculpt right here, and it looks fantastic. Right? It's just well executed. I'm a bigger fan of the more 2D poses in general, just because it just makes a nice clean look to a gaming piece when it's done like that. Okay. All right. So we're also going to work on this dude because he is, if you look, he's pretty much identical color scheme as those things are. Let's do, right? He looks pretty much just like them. He's just a giant version of them. Even has the same symbol on his shield. Even has the same abs. All right. So we're going to go back to the 502. Whoa. I'm going to highlight the sword right now. So it's really just an edge highlight. And then here's the tricky part. Trying to get the beveled edge to this blade. So I'm using the side of the brush, not the tip of the brush. Ooh. And it's a thick, it's kind of a thick sculpt. This is not the sharpest edge. So paint's gonna grab kind of funny on it. Ugh. So I'm gonna have to re-soften this. Yeah, it did not work out well at all. So just re-soften it. Okay. Yeah, the edge is just, so that was a little disappointing. I don't understand how like the rank and file, the blades on the rank and file are sometimes a lot better than the blades on the huge, on the gods. Why is that? Okay. It's just odd. That that looked pretty good. Like that turned out pretty good. The other side, not so much. See if I can replicate some of that. Not really. This part of the sculpt just sucks, apparently. But I'll just do this. I'll just soften the whole thing up again. There we go. And then if I leave enough shade there, that should be okay. You don't want it to look like stone. You want it to look like, well, iron, really. Okay. Now we're going to use this ice white. So get that. Okay. And then I'm going to do this right here. Okay. Cool. All right. And then we'll edge highlight this shield. There we go. So it's got a nice little, it's just got a nice little edge to it, not overdone. But you can see where the light source is based on where I'm putting this edge highlight, right? There. Okay. So now we've got that nice little light edge detail right there. I think that looks pretty damn good, right? Okay. This is a super fun miniature though. Look at that. That's a super fun miniature, wouldn't you say? Very cool looking. And frankly, you don't have to do much to make this look good. This is already a really good looking sculpt. You just highlight, the good job that they did, essentially. That's all I'm really doing here. Except for the blade. A little disappointed in the blade. But for the most part, pretty happy with this. Okay. But what a great, this is just a great looking mini. This is Ares, the god of war. Again, he just looks like Gerard Butler. Tonight we dine in hell, says this dude. Just gonna catch these edges here, right? Oh, and this needs to be shaded down, so I'll do that. Let's shade that down right now. Not gonna take much. And shade it down. There we go. Don't even need to. There we go. Just let that do its thing. And then let's do the black. These guys are starting to drop like flies, dude. Starting to all get done. Okay. So these big, huge bases, you have to be careful about how you're painting them out, because a big flat area like that, if your paint isn't spread properly over it, you could end up with some problems. And if your paint isn't very even to begin with, which black from certain manufacturers can be very problematic. Then you might have an issue. I think I'm fine here though. And that might crawl a little bit. I'm gonna pull some of that extra paint off there. Right? I want this to be nice and smooth, so I'm gonna brush all that down. Try to get the bubbles out. Okay. Wow, that's sharp. All right. Okay. So I'll let that dry. All right, there's a bunch of this done. let's go on and let's highlight this dude. He's a very simple design, but he has just great detail on his shield. On that side of him, it's really nice. All right. But yeah, there's not much to be done on these. Just gonna highlight the edges here. Right in here. Great bright design on this guy. We're gonna knock out these characters super fast. Okay. I'm gonna need a little bit of off-white for that, it looks like. Maybe not. Maybe I won't need it. Let's let's do what we got to do with this color, and then we'll worry about that. Right? There may not be a need. This ice yellow might be just perfect for this job. Yeah, ice yellow is actually quite nice for this. I'm just using regular white and yellow in this case. I'm gonna drop a little highlight there, and then we'll work here. All right. Okay. There we go. About as simple as you can get here with this style of mini. Okay. And then I want to get some highlight here on this thing. Kind of cool centaur design on his shield, like a Sagittarius type shield. Very cool. Okay, and up here. Okay. There. All right. There's that. Yeah, this guy is moving along real quick. Not much to his design, but he is rather cool looking. Okay. Whoop. All right. There's him. Let him dry. Next one. This dude here. He has couple of areas I need to shade actually. So let's shade this. Let's shade his little blade back here. Boop. And then that's too much shade. And then let's do Gilliman flesh there on the chest. There we go. There. And then let's highlight the blade. They're going quick. It's going quick. Look at this dude. He's great though. He's rather cool looking. All right. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Like I was saying, the blades on the smaller minis, for whatever reason, are just sculpted with more clarity than the ones on the gods. What up with that? Hey, what's up, Memories of Me? We are back at it again. What's up, sir? Yeah, we are still painting some mythic battles here. And just having a good time painting these up. Are you painting anything right now? Hopefully painting something fun. Alright, so now we do that ice yellow. And alright, you just do a little bit of light. That's all you're doing. A little bit of light. Just make sure you're picking the right spots for the light to catch. And this is just very easy to get a decent, look on these. That's all. But yeah, the key is not to, you don't want to get every single edge, just the sharpest edges and the edges most likely to see a lot of light. Like this edge here, and this is the forward edge of the shield, should see a lot of light. Obviously the top of the shield should, because we're imagining our light source to be above the miniature. And I'll just do this here on this side as well. All right. So I'm going to let the light kind of follow up semi-regular pattern there. Let it get that. There. Like that's super easy. There's not much to do there. His nose is a little white. His nose is a little too white right now. So let's fix that. This little, there we go. Whoa. Very cool. Okay. Homie is just about wrapped up. I like it when these little projects, when you get to a point where you just like can start knocking out all the miniatures in one sitting like this. Because you did the, you did the base work, you did the groundwork on all of it. And you're familiar with your color formulas, and you just bang it out like, here it is. These have such a nice, fairly simplistic color palette that you can move through them pretty quick. Okay, so there's Homeboy there. All right. Now we're into the last two, which are kind of bigger models. So we're going to work on some Bellerophon here. And frankly, there's not much left to do on Bellerophon. Let's shade down. Oh, sorry. Now they have the Pegasus with the art has black hair on the Pegasus, and I think it looks stupid with black hair. I think Pegasus looks better when it's all white, just like in the the original Clash of the Titans movie, the 1983 movie or whatever year that was. The Bubo Clash of the Titans. I love that Clash of the Titans. Wasn't that big on the remake. The remake, while not terrible, just never. It just didn't. It just couldn't hold my attention really. All right. I will do another highlight on the white. You can see you can see how I got the spear already. And we're gonna get the gold. We're gonna highlight the gold here. This model just has tricky angles because it's a mounted one-piece model, so you don't really have that much opportunity to get at the middle of the rider. So it might look a little bit odd. Let's do that. I'm just gonna let that center of the helmet there kind of shine. Right? It's got kind of a Boba Fett thing going with his helmet. And you see all those Star Wars fans come up, Boba Fett! It's Boba Fett! No. It's Bellerophon, relax. But why's Boba Fett riding a Pegasus? No. Stop. Not everything is Star Wars. Stop. Alright. That might be, I might have gone a little too far there on the face, on that thing. The bottom bridge of the face. It's a little too bright. Let's tone that down a little bit. Too much light going on there. So there we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. And then I've already been highlighting up the white. Well, let's just do another layer of white on the, I guess on the principal highlight parts of the mini. So the face, the top of the miniature, that kind of thing. Very fun. Let me know if you think the the mane and the tail should be black like it is in the studio art. I don't think it should be, frankly, but you guys tell me. I understand it may look a little weird in that this model is pretty much, well, the Pegasus part of the model is pretty much just white. I think that's kind of awesome personally, especially, if you could maintain the detail on the mini. I think it looks cool. Yeah, I have no problem with Pegasus here not having black hair. Could leave it gray like that. I guess that could be a thing. No, let's give it some highlights. I'll highlight the tail as well, right? I think it just looks better flat out this way than a black mane and tail. I think it's pretty damn fun. Okay, here we go. And now, oh, yeah, paint. I do have to paint the hooves though. The hooves are going to be dark. So let's paint the hooves in. And then if you guys feel strongly that like, hey, the mane and the tail should be dark, I can have them match the hooves. I still don't think they should be. I think they look great white like this. Right? Okay. Okay. Getting that Bellerophon action in. What? Okay. All right. Got a Lamington. Hey, what's up, Canvas? Yeah, tried a Lamington today because there was, we were at the zoo and there was this like Australian portion of the park, and I was, and my kids wanted a snack, and I'm like, what's a lamington? And I recognized just the name because my wife mentioned it one time. She has family in Australia, so she mentioned lamington at one point, and I still like I didn't know what it was, so I just ordered one. I just saw it on the thing. I'm like, yeah, we'll have a lamingtons, and yeah, yeah, it's you know, it's cake. That's really my only take on it. Is yeah, it's cake. It was not bad. I'm like, I bet there people have like special families probably have recipes that are probably really good. So I understood like going in, I'm like, I'm probably ordering the bad, airport food version of a Lamington, and it really wasn't all that bad. Not bad. I don't know. I didn't know if you or Viv or anybody else I know from Australia had any strong feelings about a Lamington, so figured I would ask. All right. So little details here on Zeus. But yeah, not bad at all. And I would be interested in trying like a better version of that same Lamington somewhere else. They don't really have like Australian restaurants. Like that's not a thing. There's Outback Steakhouse. That's all you got in the US. It's the only thing that purports to be anything remotely Australian regarding cuisine. So, you know, I don't know how accurate that is. My guess is it's not. So, but it's a good steakhouse nonetheless. Yeah, there's really not much going on here with these. May have over highlighted the belt here. It's okay. So what's going on with you, dude? Mr. Canvas. Just getting enough light here. Yeah, I may have over highlighted that. That's okay. Just a little bit. I didn't like kill it, but be careful. Like I said, less is more with this color. Right? All you're really trying to do is go from a super, super light color to a super, super dark color. There you go. Yeah, I'm liking him a lot. Mr. Zeus. All right. Just get this highlight color to show up in certain edges. Okay. There we go. Not much, man. Playing too many video games. Too many vidya. I don't think those porn games count as video games, man. Sure, they're guaranteed to make you come 3 times in 5 minutes, apparently, but no, it doesn't count. It doesn't count as a true video game, dude. Sorry. All right, there we go. Okay, cool, cool. Whoa. there's really not much left to do on these. They're they're just their whole designs are really simple, but they look cool. That's it. That's like it just does the trick. You don't need much stuff. My complaint with GW models is they're always so busy. There's all this trash on them, and you're like, dude, how do you even fight a war if all there is if it's only war? Why are you stopping to like do all these stupid intricate designs on your las gun and your shoulder pads and that kind of stuff? All right, so that's it, man. I know this wasn't a whole lot of painting, but it was just enough painting. It was just enough painting to get this done. And we'll work on his sandals a little bit. There's just not much here, right? You want to paint Zeus? Here's Zeus. He's just that's Zeus. I guess I could do some white. I'll do another white highlight on his robes too. Right? Make him look more Zeus-like. That's pretty much it, yo. All right. Once this is done, there we go. There. Got his fancy sandals done. Now we just highlight his robe and that's it. I've already done some layering up on it, but yeah, you just highlight the robes and go on with your life. That's really all there is to it. I know this Zeus looks super cool and warlike and all that, but whenever you mention Zeus to me, all I think is just like some really horny dude up in the sky. It's like, oh look, a beautiful woman bathing. Let's go have the sex. Oh look, another beautiful woman. Let's go have the sex. Oh look, that one's a goat. Let's go have the sex. That's what I think of with Zeus is just he will just bang anything that he sees down there that looks remotely hot to him. Can you imagine, if you had a god like this that watched TV or internet or something and got intense cravings? Saw like a Papa John's commercial. Oh, look at that pizza. That looks really good. I'm gonna go down there and bang it. That's what Zeus is. That's what this dude is, man. That's why Zeus is so hilarious to me. Cannot take this dude seriously. He is just the when in doubt, go down to earth and bang something. The god. There you go. Like I said, really not much to do, man. That's the Zeus man. This particular sculpt has kind of a Chris Christopherson look to it. Chris Christopherson or like what's his name? Sam. Oh shoot, I forget his last name. The cowboy guy from The Big Lebowski. But definitely Chris Christopherson. He totally looks like Chris Christopherson to me. Okay, he's about to fall off actually, this thing. I don't want to touch him, so I think we're done. I think that's, yeah, yepers. And that's Zeus. Let me put all this up. So we'll let all this stuff dry. I'll seal it up in the morning. Put some photos on my social media things so you guys can see what these look like. But yeah, it's super fun, man. Good stuff. This is like perfect commission size for me. Nice little chunk of fun. And yes, it's this particular commission, pretty limited color palette. Let me make sure I didn't. Okay, good. Pretty limited color palette, but they look cool. It's Bellerophon. If you want to look at Bellerophon. Awesome. Here's Ares. Ares is great. Love that sculpt. Great sculpt. One of these guys is Hector, I think, and the other one is Odysseus. Hector and Odysseus. That's those two guys. And then you got the Spartans. Spartans like that. Yeah. And then last but not least, you got the man himself, Mr. Leonidas.